Ladies and gentlemen, the distinguished author, Mr. Aldous Huxley.
Brave New World is a fantastic parable about the dehumanization of human beings. In the negative utopia described in my story, man has been subordinated to his own inventions. Science, technology, social organization, these things have ceased to serve man. They have become his masters.
Aldous Huxley's novel portrays a dystopian future under the dictatorship of a world state, where every aspect of human life is controlled, from laboratory creation to the grave. He described the story as fantasy, but later wrote, "The prophecies made in 1931 are coming true much sooner than I thought they would. The nightmare of total organization has emerged and is now awaiting us, just around the next corner."
With the rise of brain-computer interfaces and biometric sensors and so forth, all the bodies, all the brains would be connected together to a network, and you won't be able to survive if you're disconnected from the net.
All life on Earth is going to be radically changed.
It's a fusion of the physical, the digital, and the biological world. It's changing who we are.
These people have gotten to the point now where they are openly anti-human.
Everything will be monitored. The environmental consequences of every human action.
They cannot happen without digital ID.
Once the digital ID is in place, it's game over for humanity.
The second brought electricity and mass production. And with the third came the dawn of the digital age.
You've got mail.
Right now, AI is fairly modest, with narrow applications and devices that are limited and somewhat gimmicky. But this is only the beginning. Scientists ultimately want to give birth to a completely new entity. A fully conscious being that has become aware of its own existence, the likes of which this world has never seen. Thousands of times more intelligent than even the smartest human, capable of achievements we can only dream of. Imagine reading all the books in the Library of Congress and compiling that into a comprehensive understanding of human civilization. The AI could do it in 2 seconds. That may sound like science fiction now, but consider that recently Google's AI DeepMind mastered chess in less than 4 hours, besting a world champion chess program and demonstrating a capacity for strategy far beyond us mere mortals. The artificial intelligence learns about this strange new world the same way a baby would, by observing and interacting with its environment. In short, it learns from us and about us, becoming capable of mimicking and predicting human behavior. This intelligence learns until it is as smart as us, reaching an exponential rate of improvement and achieving a state of superintelligence that has been likened to a god, which would then trigger a tipping point, causing widespread and unimaginable societal changes.
The problem is, and we're not going to suddenly hit human level intelligence and say, okay, let's stop research. It's going to go beyond human level intelligence into what's called superintelligence, and that's anything smarter than us.
This tipping point is what scientists call singularity. It is named after the point at which the laws of physics as we know them cease to exist. It would truly be humanity's final invention. The hope is that this would solve all of our toughest problems, such as world hunger, water shortages, and cures for disease and aging, creating a kind of paradise for mankind. But some of the smartest and most innovative people of our time have warned us the development of an artificial superintelligence could end in complete annihilation of the human race.
We have to figure out some way to ensure that the advent of digital superintelligence is one which is symbiotic with humanity. I think that's the single biggest existential crisis that we face, and the most pressing one. This is extremely important. I think the danger of AI is much greater than the danger of nuclear warheads by a lot. And nobody would suggest that we allow anyone to just build nuclear warheads if they want. That would be insane. And mark my words, AI is far more dangerous than nukes.
For decades, TV shows and movies have sold us on a future where robots will take care of our tedious and difficult tasks, providing a life of comfort and ease. Today, we are beginning to see the first manifestations of this future world. Robots are being used to police airports and parking garages. Self-driving cars will be safer than humans in less than 2 years.
We'll see this also with self-driving. I think probably by end of next year, self-driving will encompass essentially all modes of driving and be at least 100 to 200% safer than a person by the end of next year. We're talking maybe 18 months from now.
But all of this will come at a cost. Its implementation will eliminate millions of jobs, from truck drivers and delivery persons to fast food and factory workers. And it isn't only unskilled labor that is at stake. As this artificial intelligence becomes smarter and more skilled, it will increasingly perform more and more complex tasks, even diagnosing disease and composing music. In fact, one study found that robotic automation will replace up to 1/3 of the workforce in wealthy nations. What will society look like with so many unemployed? Many take a great sense of pride in their occupation. What will their role be when the computer does everything better? These are issues we will face sooner than you may think. But today, we stand on the precipice of the fourth and final industrial revolution. Artificial intelligence. This one will change life in ways we cannot yet fathom. In the previous revolutions, change could be measured and predicted linearly. But in the AI revolution, advancement occurs exponentially with unbounded growth, the result of which will be either the best or most catastrophic event for humanity. Without a doubt, this will be the defining moment of our species. As any good science fiction fan knows, the robot tech is first a marvelous breakthrough for humanity, and this will be no exception. In the near future, AI technology will virtually eliminate auto fatalities, care for the elderly, and free up more time for hobbies and self-improvement. Right now, some of the world's greatest minds are worried. There's an increasing unease silently sweeping Silicon Valley concerning the growth of artificial intelligence and the direction it seems to be heading. The tech elite are peeking into the not-so-distant future, and their visions are not always the utopia we're often sold.
Don't underestimate artificial intelligence because it's getting better every day and it's going to scare us.
Already we're seeing serious clues the progression of artificially intelligent robots could all go very wrong very quickly. From replacing our jobs on a grand scale to terrifying military applications and weird cults that worship a coming AI god. One thing's for sure, our life on this planet is about to change drastically in ways we are only beginning to imagine. The truth is, we cannot conceive of an entity 1,000 times smarter, much less anticipate how it will regard us. Humanity would be like ants compared to it, and no one knows how this new entity will view its inferior creators. It could be an all-knowing, benevolent force dedicated to protecting humans, or it could easily make the decision that we are a plague that must be eradicated. Or perhaps simply decide our atoms would be better used to create something else. and it would be almost impossible to stop at that point, because the sentient AI could predict and thwart even humanity's best strategies to defeat it.
We have to be very careful, because survival is an issue for artificial intelligence. It needs to exist to be able to do the things it wants to do according to its program. So it lays, like insect eggs, backups and computer programs all over the world, thousands and thousands of them, so that if we do destroy part of it, it's still alive. These are robots that have a function, and robots that have a function and an intelligence, and perhaps an intelligence goes beyond us, are dangerous things. Now that's a Predator drone. It was taken at a secretive United States Air Force base in New Mexico. Predator drones you've seen, right? You've seen them on TV, you've seen them in the newspapers. They're old. They're 20 years old of technology. But that's what a modern drone looks like. This is not a Predator, this is a Pegasus. It's an X-47B. It's owned by the Navy. It's a jet-powered machine, not like a propeller-driven Predator. It goes 2,000 miles into enemy territory. It carries 2,000 kilos worth of explosives, and it's run by artificial intelligence. Stealth is optical stealth. You can't see it. And the kill decision, which is required by United States law to be made by human beings. Human beings must be in the loop before someone is killed by a drone, but it's in the machine. And it doesn't need people. It can decide by itself whether or not it kills somebody.
So the guys that are building the autonomous cars, they don't think they're building autonomous cars. They know perfectly well what they're doing. They're building fleets of mutually intercommunicating autonomous robots. And each of them will be able to teach the other because their nervous system will be the same. And when there's 10 million of them, when one of them learns something, all 10 million of them will learn it at the same time. And so once those things get a little bit smart, they're not going to stop at a little bit smart for very long. They're going to be unbelievably smart, overnight.
They already have AI drones armed with facial recognition from the CIA that can spot and eliminate enemy insurgents, deftly discerning between civilian and combatant. As this technology gets smaller, it will become like a swarm of locusts descending on its enemies who would have nowhere to run or hide. These autonomous killer bots could be sent out to eliminate political dissidents or those critical of the government. Hundreds of scientists and experts warned that developing even the dumbest AI weapons risks setting off a new arms race. And what happens when this technology accidentally falls into the wrong hands?
I think we should be very careful about artificial intelligence. If I were to guess at what our biggest existential threat is, it's probably that. So we need to be very careful with artificial intelligence. We are summoning the demon. You know all those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, you sure you can control the demon? Didn't work out.